Chris, what is our third main topic today?
All right, this is from Gen 13. I used to love the Spy Kids movies back in the day, but they admittedly don't actually hold up too well. Just saw that Robert Rodriguez is coming back to the franchise to write and direct a reboot for Netflix. It looks like it's not going to be the same cast. Honestly, I'd be more interested in a continuation with the brother and sister now being adults with their own set of kids. What do you think? Are people going to be excited for new Spy Kids stuff?
All right. First of all, great name, Gen 13. I used to read me a little bit of Gen 13.
Too.
I haven't heard that reference in a long time. All right. Spy Kids, I have a very close emotional attachment to Spy Kids because Spy Kids 2 was one of the very first real motion pictures that the company I used to work for, we were a small little visual effects CGI company. They were one of the first real big motion pictures we got to work for, that we got contracted for. Up until that point, we had done like little local commercials and things like that. And we actually did. If you remember the scene in Spy Kids 2, when they're in the heart of the cave there and the guy opens the basket and he pours the basket out and all the little animals, the little versions of the animals came out. We worked on that scene. We did that scene. Anyway, so a little bit of an emotional attachment there. I'm not a huge fan of the Spy Kids movies, but you cannot deny the impact they had. Because you say Spy Kids today, everybody knows what you're talking about. Should they have stopped after the first one? Well, no, because then we never would have got that movie job. But from a fan point of view, maybe they should have stopped after the first one. Anyway, now it looks like they're going to try to revisit this thing and do more Spy Kids. Now, this comes to us from the folks over at Variety, write the following. Carmen and Junie Cortez, welcome to Netflix. The streamer has closed a deal to reboot Spy Kids, the early 2000s action-adventure franchise about a family of super secret agents. Skydance Media has recently optioned the rights to Spy Kids with the intention to reimagine the franchise for today's audience. But the film has newly landed at Netflix. The still untitled movie will premiere on a yet-to-be-determined date. Spyglass Media owns the Spy Kids franchise and remains on board. Now, this is interesting. Robert Rodriguez, who created the original series, is returning for the upcoming reboot, which he will write and direct. Plot details have not been revealed, but the next generation of Spy Kids will revolve around the activities of a multicultural family. And again, that comes to us from Variety. I'm going to say this. I think this is a good franchise to reboot. I think there's a lot of potential there, particularly when you see what's kind of hot with families and kids and bringing the spy genre from just adult stuff to kids level. I think this is a good move on their part. I think this is a franchise worth taking a shot at. This could be really good for them. It could get an audience, and I think you've got a recognizable IP there. Why not? I do question bringing Robert Rodriguez back, though. And no, this has nothing to do with, I didn't like what he did in Book of Boba Fett. No. It's not that. I just don't think if you're doing a reboot, that you bring back the original writer and director. I think if you're going to reboot it. Bring in a fresh voice. Bring in somebody new to tell a new version of the story for a new generation and a new audience. That's, again, nothing to do with, I don't like Robert Rodriguez. No, not at all. I just think if you're going to reboot anything, I'd probably say it might be a good idea to get somebody else. I kind of am with the thought that I might even be more interested, instead of a reboot, of revisiting the brother and sister, and now they both have families of their own and kids of their own. I think that would be kind of interesting, kind of cool to see. But whatever. Ultimately, I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, I'm intrigued by this. Chris, you see this news. Is Spy Kids a franchise you think you can reboot at this point? And what do you think about bringing back the original writer-director?
I'm going to be super honest. I never saw the Spy Kids films.
Really?
Much to the chagrin of my husband. He loved those movies so much. And he talks about them all the time. He's like, you got to watch these. They're great. So I need to catch up on these. I will say I loved that gal in Repo, the Genetic Opera. She's fantastic in that. The daughter grew up to be in that musical.
She did.
So I love Robert Rodriguez. Say what you will about Book of Boba Fett. I really enjoy his stuff. I also went to school in Austin, so Robert was just kind of this staple for all of us who were kind of getting our feet wet on sets for the first time. And so I understand bringing in new blood for a reboot. I think Robert should be involved, but maybe we should get a new writer in here. Maybe we should get a new director just to spice things up and see where things can go. But again, I say that as somebody who's not aware of the original franchise.
Rob, what do you think about this?
You know, the Spy Kids franchise is something that can be reinvented for generation after generation. And I think that this is a natural. You know, it's a natural to bring to Netflix. I see it more as a series rather than a movie. I mean, they've announced a movie. Maybe they'll make more. It'll be a series, but
Well, you got to assume if they're doing this, they'd like it to be a new franchise.
I would
right?
think so. I would think so. And I think it's fine, you know. And like you though, John, it would be maybe if Rodriguez was producing and they're bringing in new blood or use it. I mean, if it was a series, bring in new directors to give different takes on it. But you know what? I also do appreciate when they bring back the original creators to work on something. So for the most part, I think this is a good idea. You know, I mean, think about the new generation of kids that are going to be inspired by this, and I can see a whole new, literally, you know, this is. I personally was not a big fan. I saw the first Spy Kids in the theater, and I was a little old, you know, to be honest. I mean, I was a grown adult when I saw Spy Kids. So what can I say? You know, it wasn't my favorite thing. It was no Agent Cody Banks.
Well,
But,
no, it was obviously it was no Agent
sorry.
Cody Banks.
I just want to say though, but I think this is a good. I think this is a good move. I think it's a good move all the way around. So why not?
For people who may have missed the joke,
Yes.
of course, the producer of Agent Cody Banks was one Mr. Robert.
Only
Byron.
one. I
Yes.
was the co-producer. I'm the only single card credited producer in the main titles, though.
Of the Agent Cody Banks. There you go. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Do you like the idea of revisiting Spy Kids? Do you think this is a worthwhile move for both the studio and for Netflix on this? Do you like the idea of Robert Rodriguez returning to do it? Do you feel maybe it could use some new blood? Whatever you guys are feeling, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, we want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of this video, Athletic Greens. Now, I started taking Athletic Greens because I don't eat enough vegetables, and I was looking for a way to make up for that deficit in my diet of those vitamins and minerals that I really needed in my system, and thank goodness I found Athletic Greens, and I literally take it every morning. You see, with one scoop of Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole foods, source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, all the things. And my wife got onto it, and now she absolutely loves it. You know, tons of people take some kind of multivitamin, and it's important to choose one with high-quality ingredients that your body will actually absorb, like Athletic Greens. So right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with a convenient daily nutrition, especially heading into the flu and cold season. It's just one scoop and a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Campea. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/Campea to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. And thank you to Athletic Greens for being a sponsor of the John Campea Show.